Hello everyone, how are you doing this fine day? I hope you're all looking after yourselves. So today I'm playing an MMO completely on my own, and no, before you say anything, I'm not on some dead private server with 3 people online. This is Erenshor, a single player MMO where every single other player, and I'm saying that in quotations, in the world is simulated. Everyone fake. Just me and a whole world full of pretend people. And I'm not going to lie, I think I kind of love it. I'm playing the tutorial from the very beginning, so if you're curious whether this weird little game is worth your time, this is the video for you. Let's have a look at it. So, what is this thing properly? Erenshor is an early access RPG on Steam, and the pitch is basically someone looked at old school EverQuest and went, what if we made that, but you never have to group with a real human being? Which, you know, is a very bold move, because the entire point of an MMO is the other people, the chaos, the drama, you know, the guy in town selling copper ore for way too much. And here's the genuinely clever part. Erenshor still has all of that. The other players are just not real. They're what the game calls sim players, AI characters pretending to be people, with their own levels, their own gear, their own little lives. And I want to be really clear up front because I think some people misunderstand this game. This isn't a single player MMO in the sense of a normal RPG that happens to look like one. It's an MMO simulator. It's designed to make you feel like you're logging into a living world that already exists before you got there. That's the fantasy it's selling, and today I'm doing a proper first look, playing through the tutorial island from scratch on a brand new character. So if you're new here, hi, my name's Noah, and on this channel we play spooky, retro, and just plain weird games, and this one probably weird, in the best way possible. Right, character creation, and this is where I need to come clean with a small problem I have, which is that I am physically incapable of picking a class quickly in any game, ever. It's like being in a sweet shop and someone says, choose one. Absolutely not. No. So Erenshor has a few options, but the one that jumps out to me immediately for this video is the Storm Caller, which is a red flag for someone like me because I barely know what I'm doing on a good day, but I saw 2 words and I was gone: archery and storm magic. The Storm Caller is what people call a spell bow. So you've got a bow, but it's not just shooting arrows, you're channeling lightning or whatever magic and wind through it, imbued arrows. Big burst damage, a bit of crowd control. It's described as a DPS class that trades a little raw damage for extra survivability. So, you know, a class that can hit hard, but you won't fall over the second a ball sneezes on it. That generally sounds perfect for me because I'm gonna absolutely butcher this class. So the tutorial starts you on this little island, classic MMO stuff. You wake up, you have to go and talk to the first guy that you see, and then you have to go and hand something in. But this is a very old school way of doing it because it does not hold your hand. There's no glowing arrow, there's no minimap covered in icons, no NPC literally walking you through every single button. You get a quest, you read it, you go find the thing, and honestly I really like it. It respects your time, but it also respects your brain, you know? It assumes you can figure stuff out and it's not wrong. As a kid growing up, I couldn't do that, but I can a little bit as an adult, so I'm enjoying it. The pacing is very EverQuest. You kill a few things, you hand in, you get a slightly better pair of boots, you go kill slightly bigger things. It's cozy. And I don't use that word lightly because normally I play games where something's trying to eat my face in the dark. This is nice. It's a nice time. Now, one thing I want to flag early because it's genuinely surprised me, the tutorial does a proper job of teaching you the systems without treating you like you've never touched a keyboard in your life. It's gentle, it's well paced, which for an MMO adjacent game, it's frankly unusual in a good way. Right, let's talk about the actual reason you're all here, the sim plays, because everything up to this point, the quests, the combat, the island, that's all lovely, but it's not the thing that makes Erenshor special. Every other character running around the world is an AI pretending to be a player. They level up, they have gear, they'll group with you, they'll whisper you asking if you want to run a dungeon, and here's the bit that genuinely caught me off guard: they actually remember you. You can build little friendships with them over time. The first time one of them messaged me to group up, I was very confused, and I forgot for a second that I was talking to a bot, and that, I think, is the entire magic of the game. It gives you the social side of an MMO. The warmth, the little interactions, and feeling that you're in a world with other people with none of the, people. And I say that with all the love in the world because I am one of those people. Now, is it perfect? No, you can absolutely tell the AI sometimes. They say things that are just slightly off, like a very polite robot who's reading a lot about how gamers talk, but hasn't quite nailed the accent in a way, I guess you could say. But I actually find this part of the charm. It's weirdly endearing, watching them try. It's like meeting a very enthusiastic golden retriever who's learned to type. And I'm not a fan of AI, so don't get me wrong, this game confuses me as well. Okay, let's talk combat, because this is where the Stormcaller actually earns its keep. Obviously, this is the tutorial, so I don't have a lot of things on me. And I want to be honest with you about how it plays, because spellbow is a lovely word, but it doesn't tell you much. So, at its core, it's old school tap targeting. You select a target, you've got a hotbar, you've got auto attacks running underneath. If you've ever played EverQuest or World of Warcraft, you'll feel right at home immediately. If you haven't, it's going to feel a little bit slow at first, and that's on purpose. It's tactical. You're not mashing buttons like an action RPG, you're thinking about what to press and when. Now, the Stormcaller twist, the arrows just aren't arrows. You see, I messed up quite a few times where I wasn't figuring out or reading what my spells do, first of all. Because I had two skills, as you can see, one was magic and the other one was arrow. And if I actually read it, I would have to do the spell first, and then the arrows would automatically fire 2 shots of my magic, which is when I realized I could actually do proper damage later on. But you're basically a tiny walking storm with a bow, and it feels proper good when it clicks. And there's a real rhythm to it, and I'm not going to lie, I got it wrong a lot, as you can tell. Obviously, I'm doing this very well, I swear, I promise. Case in point, this little encounter right here, where I pulled up these 2 things, when I didn't realise that the party that I made was not doing well, because I got cocky. I'm an archer, what was I thinking? But that's actually a good sign for the game, It means the combat's got enough going on that you can mess it up, so it's not just press one button, win. You have to actually pay attention. And look, if you're thinking of playing Stormcaller yourself, my honest early advice, keep your distance, use your slows, and don't be an idiot like me and pull a whole room. Learn from my mistakes, there will be many, as you will see. And before we carry on, if you're enjoying this and you'd like to see more weird little games like this, do consider subscribing. It genuinely helps the channel, and we've got a lot more of this kind of thing coming. Right, back to it. So here's where the 2 halves of this game come together, and I think it's worth talking about because it's the thing that's going to decide whether Erenshor sticks for me. You've got the sim players on one side and your class on the other, and when you group up with a couple of sim players and everything's firing, their abilities, their, the arrows, the whole thing, it genuinely feels like a real MMO party. I caught myself again, kind of sometimes forgetting, because in the chat you'll see that they do talk to each other, they do respond. Depending on what you say, they do respond to you, or they say they're confused because they don't understand. Also, you can put what kind of thing they are going to do in the party, like how you do dungeons in World of Warcraft. You've got the tanks, the heal, they do their jobs. If you don't want to do that and do something specific, you can change that for them. And my little character just kind of slots in perfectly because of this, because I get to hang back, pepper things with my little arrows, my magic, and not die. It's the dream, until you mess up like I do. And what I think is the thing that developers understood that a little of people miss. The reason so many of us play MMOs isn't really the other people, well, not really, it's the feeling of being part of a group, the belonging, that's the main thing why we do these type of things. And Erenshor figured out a way to give you that feeling without any of the downsides, no queues, no griefers, no your undergeared kicking, just you and your little simulated friends out in the world having a lovely time. It's a friendly, peaceful version of something that's normally quite stressful for some people. And I don't know about you, but that's exactly what I want from a game in 2026. The world has gone to crap. So, yeah, this is perfect right now. So my first impressions, I want to give you a proper honest verdict here because the tutorial's the only beginning and I don't want to oversell it. I really like it. The Simplay thing isn't just a gimmick, it's the whole soul of the game and it works far better than I expected. It's got that cozy old school warmth and it's also a genuinely solid RPG underneath. The combat's got some depth to it, especially on a class like Stormcaller. My other character was a paladin and I managed to do the tutorial, which also takes 1 to 2 hours by the way. And the whole package just has a lovely energy to it. Is it for everyone? Probably not. You know, if you need fast action and non-stop stimulation, this might feel too slow for you. And if you're allergic to anything that reminds you of 1999, you know, you might bounce off the old school feel. But if you miss the early MMO thing, you know, the quiet, the grinding, the weird little friendship, this scratches an itch that almost nothing else does right now in 2026. I'm going to keep playing this past this tutorial because I genuinely want to see where it goes. So if you want to see more, let me know in the comments and tell me, are you team fake players are genius or team this is deeply, deeply unsettling? Because honestly, I still can't decide, but I am enjoying the game. But let me know your thoughts down below. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves and I'll catch you all next time. Much love. Cheers.